Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Top Row Podcast. Woo! Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I bring to you another On the Road edition. These are fun because I don't have anything in front of me. Nothing's written down. What do I remember? What do I remember about Raw on Netflix, about NXT and The Rock and 3 title changes? Oh, I remember that. What do I remember about Dynamite from Wednesday night? Basically, and what I'm trying to say here is what has stuck. What is stuck in my brain? What's popping off right now in professional wrestling for me? What's popping off right now in professional wrestling for you? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit like, follow, subscribe, all that good jazz. Ooh, yeah. All right, brother. Well, the first thing I thought of just by saying brother was how Hulk Hogan got booed out of the freaking building in Los Angeles. And God bless, they just got that show off in time, before all the wildfires hit, because that would have got canceled for sure, just now thinking about it. And God bless be with everyone that has been involved with those fires. But I just thinking about this as we sit here and record on a Friday. I think the wildfires came in the next day or two, but yeah, I was thinking about Hulk Hogan getting booed, man, and I got to think that had a lot to do with where they were, you know, because you hear a few boos here and there over the years when Hogan's come back, but for the most part, he's got okay receptions, but not on Raw on Netflix. He did not. Was it because he was being a shill because of the beer thing? He's out there trying to hawk his beer, you know? I don't think that was it. I think it was where they were. I think it was because he come out, and spoke at Trump's convention and all that good stuff. And with Los Angeles being very left-leaning when it comes to politics, I think that's really why he got just overwhelmingly booed. Because I think if it had been somewhere else, we would have heard him like normal, but not nearly like 3/4 maybe, at least half. I heard a few cheers here and there, but anyways, as far as nostalgia goes, yeah, that did not go as planned for them, obviously. I thought the coolest nostalgia act was The Undertaker giving the rub to Rhea Ripley right after she won that championship. That was a great moment. Just hearing the bell toll, was not expecting that. So whenever that happened, I was like, oh crap. And I was like, oh man, he's gonna come out like, is he just gonna appear? Like I don't think he'll ever do the hat and full Undertaker gear and outfit again. Like WrestleMania, he wasn't. He just pretty much came out as Mark Calloway, and in that match. Didn't really have any kind of gear or whatever that said he was the Undertaker. It's kind of just himself and Raw on Netflix. He drives around the ring as the American Badass, and then gives Rhea a little bit of rub. I thought the only way they could have done that better is if Rhea would have hopped on the motorcycle and left with him. I thought that would have been super freaking sweet, but I thought that was all right. Some all right stuff going on with the Undertaker and Rhea Ripley. As far as, you could say, The Rock leading it off, like, I don't know, we just got nothing storyline with him then. Really didn't even get anything storyline with him on NXT. But on NXT, he's like, well, just enjoy the ride the Rock's taking you on. Okay. All right, I'm just surprised we didn't see more than what we did with him giving just a generic promo, and then with him giving the Ulafala, I screwed that up, Ulafala to Roman Reigns. I didn't think Roman was winning it, man. I really didn't. I thought they would kind of wait. I thought they would wait on that. Maybe, but if that wasn't ever going to be a WrestleMania match with Roman and Solo, so I guess it was fine with the way they did it right here, which leads me to believe if somehow The Rock is going to get back involved, that he is going to still turn on Roman Reigns? Like, when does that happen? And then they should battle for the true tribal chief. We still got to know what The Rock handed Cody. Like, all that stuff, like, it didn't acknowledge any of it. And then he showed up at the other pay-per-view, right? He just showed up and didn't do anything in that one either, I don't think. I can't even remember, like, what was that, Bad Blood or something like that? It wasn't even a huge pay-per-view. Like, so far in his 2 appearances since WrestleMania, he hasn't done anything storyline-wise. And NXT, maybe you could argue that was the closest he had done for anything storyline-wise. Out there talking about, how, the Cody crybabies are, now they were mad because he was giving love to Cody and showing his respects for Cody and what he's done. And then that's when he gives the line of, just enjoy the ride, The Rock's taking you on. Well, I'm going to. I will. I'll just enjoy the ride. I thought it was very weird last year. It was kind of interesting for sure with him being the heel. And, so I'm watching that show and I'm thinking, yeah, this is great. They're popping for him and it's all nostalgia. I'm thinking, well, did we forget about everything that happened though? I guess so. I mean, when you're gone and you don't appear there very much and you're The Rock, you go away for a freaking 2 weeks and you're the biggest heel in the company and you go away for 2-3 weeks to come back, or maybe a month. The crowd's going to love you again because they're like, oh, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. We love you, Dwayne. We love you. But I think, I think it could be The Rock and Roman at WrestleMania if The Rock's going to be involved. Like I said, we've heard rumors that he's not going to be, so I have no idea. And I think this is leading now. Solo can't win. Solo's no longer the tribal chief. I think Jacob Fatu probably turns on him. Would he get Zilla Fatu at some point before WrestleMania? Maybe. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know what you would do with the Rogue Bloodline, with the new Bloodline. Like, have they gone on long enough? And that was WrestleMania. We haven't even gone a year with them being fully together. Like, they've just finally built them up enough to where you could have that match for the Ula Fala between Roman and Solo, and then you just have Roman win it. Like, I was a little bit surprised by that, but I think there's bigger fish to fry at WrestleMania, maybe even before then. We're going to obviously get some stuff, but how easy would it be to go from I love you, Solo, to I hate you, Solo? I don't want to see that yet. I love it where they comes out, but it would probably pop pretty good. It would probably pop it off pretty hard. What else from Raw on Netflix? I mean, I really love the opening. I really love that, just getting everybody, all the new fans, we're going to invite them with the way they presented that on like some kind of sheet and like basically it seemed like a projector. I don't know how exactly they did it, but like a projector on all 4 sides of a big old sheet, and then, they reveal that, just talking about the art form of it and telling stories, and I thought it was spectacular in a great way for somebody who's just clicking on there to maybe give professional wrestling a chance, and then Triple H is there, and then we get everything after that. I'm just thinking though, are they going to cater? They're probably going to cater just like they did, if I remember correctly, for Saturday night's main event. The catering to the new fans, you want all the good guys to win then, right? Send the crowd home happy. Well, they pretty much did. They pretty much doggone did. So from that standpoint, yeah, I mean, for me, I wasn't thinking that, so I was kind of surprised by some of these endings. And in 2, man, just kind of bouncing around the stream of consciousness here, but as well, I'm just sitting here thinking about that women's title picture. If Rhea wins it back now, that tells me, because they could have had Liv keep it and could have kept building, and then had Rhea get it back at WrestleMania. Well, that tells me they got some pretty big women coming back. Becky, Charlotte. We're going to get a Roxanne Perez probably coming up now after she lost her title at New Year's Evil. Her and Trick both, buddy. Oba Femi, the ruler, your new NXT champion. I'm super high on him. I think I'm higher on him than I am on Trick. I mean, I know the process of things has got to go through it. Trick's had been there for a long time. Oba's, still got some work to do. He's still green-ish. So he's probably still a year away. But, man, oh, man, I'd love to see him in the Royal Rumble. Like, maybe by that time we get Brock Lesnar or somebody back and they built Oba Femi up enough on the main roster in a year or two. If Brock even wants to come back, if he's even allowed back, all that stuff. Man, I love Oba, but it'll be interesting to see. I just don't, Trick's not going to do much in the Royal Rumble. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt if he comes in the Royal Rumble, he's going to do much. I hope he doesn't end up like Melo. I mean, they're trying to do some more stuff with Melo now. I just don't think his main roster run's been that great. I don't know, maybe Trick goes in there and maybe they do some more stuff together then, or I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that story played out? I don't know, man. I don't know. What else has been going on? What else comes to mind? The CM Punk and Seth Rollins. I was, pretty surprised by that, because I figured, okay, this is the first time they're meeting. Like, this can't be the end. I get it. Maybe some of these other ones, might be the end of it, but this has got to be the start of it. So to have CM Punk go over clean was just kind of wild to me. It was just kind of crazy because, usually the heel is going to be the one that keeps getting the better of the baby face, and then eventually I guess they're both baby faces for now. Like I said, what I would do is I'd have them both be in the Royal Rumble. I'd have Punk eliminate Rollins, and then Rollins drag Punk out of the Rumble. That gives Punk another reason to fight Rollins. But then it's just like, what are we going to do? Then we're going to pay it off with Seth winning? Does a heel come out on top of this in the end, since CM Punk, the babyface? If they are going to indeed turn Seth into a heel, I think a heel turn for him would be fine right now. The song's kind of played out, and you're throwing him in there against another big baby face. Like, well, we're AEW-ing this thing a little bit here right now, with not defining who's the clear baby face and who's the clear heel. And I've been on here long enough. I'm pretty old school. I like it to be well defined, but it doesn't always have to be, I guess. I just think that's what tells the better story. It's what we saw on the promo, right? The good versus evil, the heel of the baby face. For the start of Raw on Netflix, that's what Triple H was talking about. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that one plays out. But I thought the match itself was very good. I thought that Raw on Netflix was pretty darn great, man. Predictable, you could say that, maybe. Catering to the new fans for sure. I thought NXT the next night with the title changes going on. It was all great. It's been a really, really great week in wrestling. I didn't think Dynamite was too awful bad. I mean, it's just like the gauntlet thing, just to have the title. Like, if it was going to be at a pay-per-view, the winner facing Mox would end up being Powerhouse Hobbs. Like, I don't know. He's all right, but just to have that be such a big part of your show, to then have the title match be next week, and there's no way in hell that Powerhouse Hobbs is going to win. So that gauntlet to me just kind of meant nothing. I mean, sure, it showcased some guys nice. It was an all right match, but I was more intrigued by like MJF talking to freaking Jeff Jarrett, and then Kenny Omega making his return. It was all right. It was pretty good, but he's already wrestled. He already wrestled in New Japan, so it wasn't like he was already back. It was just his return to AEW. I didn't think Dynamite was too bad. I really like Toni Storm and the way she's been going with her new gimmick, I guess. Just pretending she's a newbie. That's been pretty good stuff. Been some pretty good stuff going on there. It's just been a good week. It's been a good week in professional wrestling, I feel like. And I hope you guys are enjoying it. We got SmackDown tonight. And we'll see what happens there. Getting closer to the Royal Rumble. Guys, if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, follow, and subscribe. Again, this is a new way of doing it. Wrestling on the road, just what comes to mind. What comes to mind? What do I remember? And that's what has stuck out to me this week in pro wrestling. Until next time, God bless.